Yep, finally cleaned the camera lens after some field trips this season. I think it's day 101 now. So today's little foray is to try and extend that one over there, this one over here that sort of did some unexpected things with its leaves out there, sort of thing. If I can hold the camera over the top there, probably have to put it on spot culling. Hang on. Spot culling, yeah, there we go. Move it around. Whoa, too much sunlight. Okay, how close can we go? Oh. Okay. Anyway, so we're going to try and extend that one today using surfactant sand and some eggs. 4 eggs in the actual bucket, basically, in the 2 gallon 9 litre to 10 litre bucket, 10 litres to the brim. Now I draw your attention to this one where I did a whole container of eggs. I don't know if you can get this in the sun, if we can get some sun behind it. We can see that basically, yeah, maybe there somewhere, I did a whole container of eggs and yolk and sort of thing, just scrambled them up sort of thing, with a fork. And basically over time it's gone down to half of its volume, and it's very stable, so it's a bit like peat. You stick it in a pot and it barely goes down an inch. Stinks to high heaven though, but it's like peat. It's I suppose it's a protein nitrogen source that hardly loses its volume. I reckon you could probably, I don't know, I mean, we should cut the top off if it doesn't smell too much, and try and grow a fly trap in it, I suppose, if we could do that. I might do that as an aside. But yeah, if you look back at some of my videos like Eggs Benefit, you can work out how many eggs will actually hold that 2.4 litre volume sort of thing, and we know it goes down by about half. So we know that over time the 4 eggs that we put into this medium are probably going to reduce down to a volume half that size, and we worked out there's like 30 mils per egg basically, wasn't it? Didn't we work that out roughly? Was it 30 mils an egg? Depending on the size of the egg, of course. So anyway, so yeah, change it. I'm 6 notches right, and I'm 5 notches down in darkness. Because I'm 5 notches down in darkness, I've gone 6 right, because I tried 5.5 yesterday and I thought it was quite good for this bright sunlight stuff, and I'm on cute dessert. Now I did this last night, and I'm glad I did did it separately. I put the surfactant in one and surfactant in the other, and an egg in just that one first of all, and then I put the egg in later on, because I can notice the difference. Without the egg in there, it's very sandy and gritty. As soon as you put the egg in there, it goes like silt, and it's very easy to move around with your hand sort of thing. I might want to show you this, I don't know. Let's see if I can show you a bit with this. So take my glove off, because don't have those on there though. Take my sunnies off too, because I'm undercover now. And even might take my shirt off too. Yeah, my protective shirt for the arms. As we're getting to that stage, as we head towards some 3rd week of February, you can quite literally get sunburnt. So you actually get reddening on the skin in 6 minutes. I kid you not, between 10:30 in the morning. Look at that. See that? It's different. So I reckon that it's like scrambled egg. It sticks to everything. We've probably coated every single sand particle in here with a very thin layer of, I suppose, in a way, scrambled egg. The universal surfactant has coated every single particle. Of course, now we know that it's quite resistant. It'll go down to half its volume, but it can sit like that for months. So we've probably got a protein source that's a bit like peat. So basically, I think that's what we're going to try and see, because we're only using 4 eggs, so that's only so we're really only adding 60 mils of solid material to a 10 litre bucket sort of thing. Now, they talk about in the wild with fly traps having 5, 10 and 15% organic matter. So in a 10 litre bucket, that would be 10% would be 1.5 litres sort of thing, which means we would have to put in 3 litres of egg, wouldn't we? Or basically milk bottles worth of egg. So we know how many eggs are in the milk bottle. If you go back to the eggs, was it 32 or something like that? I can't remember now. It's quite a lot. So, you know, 32 eggs would then go down to a volume of 16 eggs over time, something. So, yeah. So if it's 30 mils times 32, down to half that size. So, yeah, I mean, 10 would be 300 mils, 20 would be 600 mils. So basically, about a litre of egg will go down to basically half a litre of, yeah. So basically half a milk bottle, yeah. Basically one litre, 20 basically. Of final peaty material sort of thing. So 1 litre of half a litre, sorry, is basically 20%, isn't it? In a 10 litre bucket sort of thing. So yeah. No, it's 10. Yeah, it's 10%. Yeah, not 20%, 10%. So basically, if I put a 2.4 litre container worth of eggs into this sort of situation, over time, it will shrink down to being 1.2, so it's roughly in a 10 litre bucket, 10% organic matter basically, blah blah blah. But then again, if you add the universal surfactant in there, you double the organic matter in the pot. So you basically got 20% organic matter in there, sort of thing. 10% being proteinaceous, sort of. So. Now, what you might want to look up is, how have we done that? What is the carbon-nitrogen ratio of peat in general, or peats in general? There are differences, of course, between, you know, different types of peat. You know, wood peat, you know, sphagnum peat, sedge peat, and things like that. But you might want to look up what the average sort of statistical carbon-nitrogen ratio, and see how many eggs and how much surfactant to put it in those sort of ballparks. So you could actually make a sand culture simulant that would actually match some of the data coming back for things like sedge peat, sphagnum peat, wood peat, blah blah blah. So, having said that, we've set this one up in there. We've got the usual 6mm slot. We make sure we haven't quite got to the edge, so it doesn't, you know, it fits flush. We just line it up here, and now we set our camera up. Now I think I'll set the camera up if we can. I'll get my hat off. I can see what I'm doing. Set the camera up there. Oh, strange. It's not level or something. I've shifted the camera somewhere. Okay, doesn't seem to be level, which is a bit strange. Okay, I think that may have to do actually, I don't know. Just doesn't seem level. Hang on, let's put the, oh, hang on. Oh, I know what it is. The thing was loose. So, yeah, it was loose. So now let's see if we can get some levability, if we can. How about that? Is that alright for you? Okay, I think that's good enough. I just like the light coming through there, if you can see that. Okay. So we've just mixed this up, get it going, and we're just going to pour it in. Oh geez, I need my sunnies for this. So this should make up 5 litres hopefully, but I ended up putting in 5 litres of sand because there's no other components basically in here, so we may actually have too much. But we'll see. Yeah, I think we're going to definitely going to have too much, I reckon. Yeah, I think I was right the first time. I should have just stuck with the 4-4 book business. But then again, it's going to drain. So, yeah, a lot of fluid's going to go out the bottom. So, yeah, I think I'm going to have to shift this one over a bit. There we go. Oops. Oh, shouldn't have done that. Oh well. Even let alone. Okay. Now we do the next one. I'll get some pressure on it then. So in a way. Oh. Well, that's eventually will be water coming out the side there. Yeah. Once the sand settles in. There we go. Okay, I think that's basically that. We'll do it from this side now. Yeah, set the tripod sort of level, and we'll see how we go. Now, do we need to take it off spot culling? That is the question. Yeah. Let's see if we can take it off spot culling. Yeah, well, yeah, that one. Yeah. I can't get it to go. There we go. Hopefully it's going. And we'll get some more heavy pressure in there on the top. And get up to the top. We'll see if we get to a 10 litre mark. And yeah, it's sort of, yeah. Yeah, I reckon if I stuck to the 8, it would. Yeah, so we'll let that drain, and how far can we move it over? Yeah, over like that, and we'll see how we go with that. And if it sinks down, I'll put the rest in sort of thing. But I reckon I could have stuck just with the 8 litres of sand rather than. But we'll see. See how much fluid comes out of that. But anyway, that's stage 1 of this, and it seems very simple, doesn't it? But as I showed you, the egg doesn't seem to go anywhere. It halves its volume over time, but basically it sticks in the soil, and probably even more so with this universal surfactant there. It sticks in the soil a bit like peat. It's not going to go there over time, and you can do some calculations now. I think it was what 32 eggs to make 2.4 litres. Going to go down to half that volume over time, maybe less with the universal surfactant holding it together sort of thing. But anyway, so nothing much else to report really. Except this one's ready to go. Copper, the second copper big one is ready to give a go too. So when this one is done, I reckon I'll split this pot up, get 3 plants out of that basically, and just have a quick run, see how they go, and then buy a few more late Christmas fly traps when the prices go down a little bit. Usually drop $1 or something after Christmas, and see how we go. Sort of the yeah, still waiting on this one to see if it's actually going to do anything. You know, might do, might not. I don't know. Anyway, this one's still going over there. This one with the copper is still alive, which is quite amazing. So we're now day 101. So look back when we actually put them in. Don't know when this one's going to green at all. It's going to go. I don't know. Still not too happy about those. The first calcium one should be ready to go fairly soon, and we'll give that a go. But I think we may actually get some interesting results from this one. It's seemingly innocuous, but the fact they got these sort of CP tannins coming out, and this sort of peaty material now, the CP tannins has sort of turned this sort of grassland material into almost like a peat. So yeah, and these might be making a move fairly shortly, so we might get some more interesting data back. But I reckon this is going to be an interesting. How long from day 101 to when it greens, if it's going to green, and if the plants take off when it does green, sort of thing. And is that green a permanent green, sort of thing? Because we know that the proteinaceous egg material can stay in the medium almost unchanged for, well, months, if not years, without losing too much volume, just stay there. Does it keep things ticking over? Is it like, in a way, a magnet like this? You know, it's a bit like magnets. They don't lose their magnetism too much over time because they're running. It's like a form of radioactivity. They're using the energy from the nucleus to run the electron cloud, keep it in. It's like keeping the entropy of the electron cloud using the energy from the nucleus as a form of radioactivity to keep the magnetism there. It does decay over time in a, exponential logarithmic curve, so again fits in with the fact that it is probably a form of radioactivity. If you've had magnets for 30, 40, 50 years, they're not as strong as when you first got them, and they do decay in strength over time, a bit like a form of radioactivity. Anyway, that's about it for, but then I'll leave that to the summer project. We'll do some more work on the summer project. This year's summer project will continue on, but you might want to look out for that. Had a few ideas over the last year. I always like doing it in this sort of summer period because it gets so hot, you almost go a bit troppo, and I think that's when you get those really odd sort of ideas. When you actually basically you're on the railway track and you accidentally flip onto another set of tracks. You get so hot your brain puts your train, and before you realise it, you're on a different set of tracks. You're heading in a different direction. Shit, how do I get on this track? Yes, it doesn't really matter how you got on the track. It's that you're on the other alternative track and you might actually get success. But anyway, over and out for now. See ya.